Actually pass the policy. The pretextual stops policy. And then enforce it. Dr. K, does your mom know? Doesn't matter if you have policy if McDonald won't hold his officers accountable. Also, a reminder to use a microphone. Hold the microphone up to your face and speak into it loudly, clearly. Talking away from the microphone or not talking into it. Not loud.
Joe, how you doing? You guys here, I hope. Oh, good. Hope it stays that way. Hope everyone's good. Get ready for the police commission meeting. Hey, Cricket Cinema. Another week, another police commission. I feel like I'm in the way.
You got me, right?
Oh, yeah, I got you. We're ready. It says they're gonna do elections again for the but I thought they just did that. Because now Ross is the president, but it's weird. Sorry, guys, I'm a little sleep deprived. So if I seem like kind of like, ooh, it's because I could probably use 5 coffees. But even that would chill me out, so probably not a good idea. I don't think the chief's here today. Laura's not here. I miss her. Hopefully next week. Here it's going to be pretty crowded because of the pretextual stop issue. Hey, vaccinator. Charge the table. Can you imagine if I did that? Not a good idea when you have a room full of people with guns.
Yeah.
Hey, Irish Smart. How are you doing this morning? Have you been? I've become a legend? No, I don't need to be a legend. It's okay. I just need to not be Swiss cheese leaving here. Okay, I'll think about it. Okay. I'll think about it. Thank you, vaccinator. Talk to you later. Trading Globus. Oh, I don't know what that means, Danger Fingers. I don't know what that means. So it's like it's crowding up. I hope there's people on the Zoom call that they get picked.
What are we doing? Like you had to do.
Hey, 421. How you doing?
Here today. The full 3 minutes, both in person and on Zoom.
Yeah, they cheat the Zoom callers.
Starting July 1st. Might as well start treating it as something. Guys, boss is such a coward.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've read the train with them a few times too. We ride the same train. Downstairs.
Excuse me.
Jennifer, how you doing?
McDonald
I don't know this dude.
fired long time ago for all his offenses. He never should have been hired in the first place.
Scott Harrelson. I don't know him. I've never seen him here. Usually they do Troy.
We're about to get started and I'll remind folks of the rules, just no signs of please. Thank you.
Signs scare you.
Oh,
Made it 5 months.
I hope I get there on time.
Can't even trying to ban balls in the building. It's just targeting a black.
Morning, Hankus.
The policy is for. All it's for. Only reason you have it.
They're banning balls.
You know, Teresa, when I file a complaint against the chief, I expect you to intake. Instead, you put it off by the beach. You're a piece of shit.
For more reasons than one.
Covering up for McDonald's, you're a piece of shit.
How long did you get lasted?
Good morning, fellow commissioners, Assistant Chief Harrelson, Executive Director Bingo Sibley, Inspector General Matthew Badagai, Managing Senior Assistant of City Attorney Carlos De La Guerra, Madam Secretary, and members of the public. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2026. It is 9:30 a.m. This is the regular meeting. Please call the roll.
Good morning. Cleveland Fabricator Split, Commissioner Shield, Haber, Sanchez Gordon, Ms. Governor President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. We welcome everyone attending this morning, both in person and online. We want to ensure all members of the public can access our meetings, so if you need any translation services or accommodations, we encourage you to contact the board secretary in advance of our meetings, as explained in our written agenda. These meetings are regular meetings between the board and the department. We welcome feedback from the public during the public comment period, which will be heard during item number 2 on the agenda. Public comment is your opportunity to address the board. You can speak to any item on the agenda or any matter within the jurisdiction of the Board of Police Commissioners. We will dedicate a total of 45 minutes to public comment. Each member of the public can have a total of up to 3 minutes to speak if you wish to speak on both agenda items and general public comments as explained in the written agenda. While we welcome public attendance at our meetings, disruptive behavior will not be tolerated and will be cause for removal. You will receive just one warning, and if you continue disrupting the meeting, you will be asked to leave and be removed from the meeting. With that, we can move to item number 1 on the agenda, the report of the Chief of Police, Assistant Chief Harrelson.
Minutes.
Thank you. Morning, President Shields. Inspector General Aragon, City Attorney De La Guerra, and Executive Director. Today's report will cover the prior week period. I will highlight key events, share current crime statistics, and provide an update for current staffing. So crime for the week ending May 9th of 2026. The following is a crime analysis based on offense count, except for homicide and victims shot through May 9th. Compared to year-to-date 2025, combined personal and property crimes are down 13.3%, with personal crimes down 3% and property crimes down 15.9%. Homicides have decreased 9.6% or 8 less victims. Victims shot have decreased 22% in comparison to 2025 or 71 less victims. Aggravated assaults are down slightly year to date at 0.2%, with 10 fewer crimes compared to last year. Robberies are down 7.3%. Motor vehicle thefts are down 27.7%. Burglaries continue to trend down citywide with an overall reduction of 31.4% year to date. Residential burglaries are down 32% and non-residential burglaries are down 30.3%. I'll now move to an officer involved shooting that we had in the Mission Division on May 5th. 44 Bishop Patrol Division uniform officers responded to an additional unit request from missionary and narcotics enforcement detail officers to observe a suspect later identified as Jason Vega, wanted for outstanding warrants. When the officers contacted Vega, he fled on foot onto the embankment of eastbound 210 freeway. Vega then ran across the freeway where he attempted to carjack a pickup truck that was traveling west on the freeway. The officers again contacted Vega, who was observed to be armed with a handgun. Numerous commands were given to Vega to drop the firearm, which he refused to comply with, resulting in an officer-involved shooting. Vega fell to the ground, disregarded officers' command, and moved towards his firearm. The officers used an intermediate force option to gain compliance with Vega, and he was taken into custody. Vega was transported by rescue ambulance to a local hospital where he was treated, medically cleared for booking. A Glock 22 40 caliber handgun was recovered at the scene and booked as evidence. No officers or community members were injured as a result of this incident. Force Investigation Division personnel responded to the scene and assumed investigative responsibility. Year to date, there have been 8 officer-involved shootings compared to 13 at the same point last year. We also had an officer-involved traffic collision on Friday, May 8th at approximately 11:30 at night. A 28-year veteran in the apartment was riding home on the city-issued police motorcycle, traveling northbound on the 101 freeway in San Fernando Valley, when he was involved in a collision with a Toyota Prius. The officer was transported by Los Angeles Fire Department to a local hospital where he was treated for multiple serious injuries. He is currently listed in stable condition. The other involved driver, 41-year-old resident of Calabasas, was also transported to a local hospital for treatment of minor injuries. The driver was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence. California Highway Patrol is having an investigation and will be presenting the case for criminal violence. Now to a burglary summary and an enforcement update. Recent burglary incidents across local Los Angeles areas reflect a continuing trend involving organized crime targeting residences and commercial businesses. In several incidents, suspects demonstrated coordinated tactics, the use of lookout or getaway vehicles, and a willingness to confront victims and witnesses during the crimes. The proactive patrol and follow-up investigative efforts officers successfully identified and arrested several prolific burglary suspects connected to numerous crimes citywide. Notably, in one incident, a witness attempted to assist was assaulted with bear spray, the suspect's location, elevating severity and danger associated with these crimes. Despite the brazen nature of the offenses, privately owned security footage and investigative technology, including owner-applied tracking devices such as Apple AirTags, provided investigators with valuable evidence and significant data regarding suspect identities, vehicles, movements, and associated locations. During the arrest of a serial residential burglary suspect, patrol officers responded to a burglary in progress call and observed the suspect fleeing from the residence. The officers coordinated containment efforts while air support tracked the suspect's movements and as the quick pursuit ensued. The suspect was ultimately taken into custody without further incident. A follow-up investigation by linked the suspect to approximately 25 residential burglaries throughout the city, including 14 in Operation Valor. Investigators identified the suspect as being associated with the South American theft group, known for coordinated residential burglary activity, targeting the fluid data. But also multiple arrests involving suspects involved in smashing theft injuries of commercial properties. One of those arrests, the involved suspect was connected to more than 30 burglaries. In total, over the last 30 days, the department has made 104 arrests, both residential and commercial burglary crimes. These incidents underscore the department's continued emphasis on proactive burglary suppression strategies, rapid patrol response, the utilization of technology, and investigative collaboration. Officer swift action in these cases directly contributed to the apprehension of prolific offenders tied to multiple residential and commercial burglary patterns throughout the city. Recognizing and accepting burglaries greatly impacting Los Angeles community, the department continues to leverage resources and efforts to combat those. Not the book sign of city records. I'd like to a quick thing on McCarthy Park. So the recent joint enforcement operation conducted by the Los Angeles Police Department as for enforcement administration in McCarthy Park. It represented a significant step towards restoring safety, accessibility, confidence in a community that has long experienced the impacts of open air narcotics activity, violent crime, and deteriorating public conditions. A comprehensive stabilization strategy rooted in principles of public education, community engagement, crime prevention through environmental design, and focused enforcement will be implemented to maintain operational gains for this enforcement operation. Officers will work in partnership with recreation and parks personnel who are assigned to the McCarthy Park to encourage safe and lawful use of public spaces, improve perceptions of safety, and support ongoing park activation. Control through businesses along the 600 block of Dorado Street that are currently subject to nuisance abatement actions. Levying existing no trespassing letters and posted signage to support compliance and accountability. The anticipated community benefit is substantial and immediate. Residents will observe a sustained and accessible police presence committed to preserving progress achieved through the recent operation. The enhanced presence and environmental enforcement efforts will further deter criminal activity and disorder while improving overall perceptions of safety within enforcement. Partner's goal is to create a safe and welcoming environment in the McCarthy Park that all visitors and community members can enjoy without fear. Some quick protest updates during the week of May 3rd to May 9th. The department met several small protests related to events throughout the city. Many of these gatherings were attended by several hundred to a few dozen participants. All the protest-related events remained peaceful throughout the duration. No officers or community members were reported injured during these events, and no arrests were made. And then finally, our personnel strength. The department's current staffing level stands at 8,581 personnel, 2,428 civilian employees, and 351 reserve officers. Our sworn workforce, 410 employees are currently on injured on duty status, 25 are on long-term sick or FMLA, and 353 are working with duty restrictions, bringing the total to 788 sworn personnel, which is approximately 9.1% of our workforce, who are not full duty status. On civilian side, we have 54 employees that are on injured on duty status, 52 that are on long-term sick or FMLA, and 226 that are working with duty restrictions. Totally 332 civilian employees, or about 13.6% of the civilian workforce not employed.
Thank you. Questions for my fellow commissioners and commissioners here?
I have no questions.
What?
Commissioner Sanchez Flores.
Yes, thank you so much, Chief, for the report. I want to focus on a couple of points of reports that you've made. First of all, I'm glad to hear that the officer involved in the motorcycle accident collision is recovering, and I hope that also the other person is also recovering. Regarding the McCarthy Park issue, McCarthy Park has a long history of at once being a beautiful park, a community park. My family lived near there, so I remember those days, and unfortunately, it has gone through serious challenges. And I'm happy to hear that the LAPD is working with Parks and Rec in trying to get foot patrols out there and engage more with the community to preserve public safety and integrity with the community. As you know, there's a lot of it's a long-term Central American community, or the community there, as well as the Mexican American community, but also in that community are pretty important nonprofits that service that community and know the community very well. And you know that the community has a lot of issues, especially right now with the federal enforcement. All of that plays an important role. with, how this community is being perceived. So, I encourage you, Chief, to to continue to, commit to that community and do our part to maintain public safety and trust and, this is one way of, I guess, addressing the narcotics issue, which is so prevalent and dangerous in that community. Otherwise, the community is very vibrant. It's, a special community for the Central American and Mexican community. So, thank you for that report. I also want to ask you about the protests between May 9th and May 3rd and May 9th. How many protests are you talking about that occurred within that period? You know,
I don't know the exact number, but it was, I believe, 8 to 9. About to be.
eight to nine? Okay, well, that's an important number because, you know, in 6 days, we have a lot of activity on the street and, they will continue, as you know. And I'm happy to hear that there were no arrests, no injuries, that they're peaceful, and I believe that all the upcoming protests will also be peaceful, and, we continue to work with the community on that. And I think, last week, I brought up the peacekeepers, the labor or union peacekeepers, and I think they play a very important, part in, maintaining, an injury-free, no arrest-free, but peaceful, protest. So thank you again, Chief, for that report. And that's all I have, President.
Thank you, Commissioner Scobie.
Thank you, Chief. I wanted to follow up on a couple of items that I brought up. One, I asked last week if the department had a list of how many complaints we received from media and non-media from the May Day protest.
We'll have that for you next week.
Also, another request, I brought up had to do with CPRA requests. It's a hot topic that comes up to us very frequently, and I requested a presentation and report on the topic. Surprised you even have it yet, because I know the department tracks that information. I'd like to ask when we can expect that.
Yeah, I'll work with the staff to find out the exact date, but this specifically, like I said.
Body worn camera issues, specifically in the 77th division, have been reported recently in the press. As you know, we spend millions of dollars annually on body worn, but their effectiveness depends on solid policies and adherence to those policies. Can you share with us specifically what the department has done since the mission issues occurred to ensure greater compliance with the department policies on body worn?
Yeah, certainly, sir. In the subset area, as you're aware, there has been some issues recently. That unit has been stood down for the time being. Department is in the process. We send out via department-wide email as well as a roll call training to constantly discuss department policies related to body worn video that continue. There'll be a larger presence, so to speak, in our roll call trainings with the policy. In regards to the most recent incident, 77, we take this very, very seriously, which is why the entire group stood down. That investigation will continue, and we'll see, what extent the violations of the policy were, but there's a zero tolerance policy for violations of our video and
Thank you, and look forward to the results of that. Obviously, we know accountability on this is imperative, so appreciate the information and thanks for being here.
Thank you, and I will start by echoing Commissioner Sanchez Gordon's well wishes to the officer involved in the motorcycle officer who was struck by the individual. I hope that they are recovering fast, and also during National Police Week, we want to recognize all the fallen officers. But I want to spend more time discussing, and this will be for future presentations as well, the topic that Commissioner Scobin highlighted. I think having another instance of a gang unit potentially doing undocumented stops is unacceptable on so many levels. I am glad that the department's own internal sources identified this. But given the fact that this is not the first time that this has happened, and on the heels of what happened in the mission division, I worry that this isn't just we don't know what the policy is. And that's what roll call is good for, reminding people of the policy. But I have a greater concern that there's a culture problem that is allowing some leadership that is allowing it to happen. And so and we have to, and I don't want this to be that in 6 months or a year, we hear about another division having a similar problem. And so I think we need to take, a greater look at, these units. And so I would ask that the department come back to us at a future commission meeting to talk about, both and really, it's unfortunate because I know that there are some units doing really good work. And I know that some of these significant arrests would not occur without these units. But everyone has to understand that the actions of some, if these allegations are substantiated, is ruining it for everyone else. And so I think we need a better analysis and understanding of the purpose of these game units and their continued utility to the department, and also a better understanding in regards to discipline as to how the department treats violations of undocumented or improper searches of individuals. And so that will be both understanding what is happening with the gang units, and then also the use these in terms of discipline. I think it's important to say we have zero tolerance, but what does that mean? And what is the accountability that will be expected in when cases like this are substantiated? And so, and again, how the department deals with body worn deviations generally as well. And what process the department will put in place in terms of auditing and looking at other areas to make sure this is not just, a tip of the iceberg, but making sure that the other divisions are not having a similar problem. So I'd ask that Assistant Chief Harrelson that you work with Executive Director Sibley to identify time for this to be reported back.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. I will now move, before we move on to item number 2 on the agenda. Executive Director Sibley, is there a correction to the agenda?
Is your biting?
So, President, for item 5A2, is listed as an LIS, but that should be very aligned.
Okay, with that correction, to the agenda, we now move to item number 2 on the agenda, public comments. Madam Secretary, please call.
The first speaker is Clarissa R.
Sounds good, Irish.
My name is Clarissa. I'm a resident of the city of Bell. The LAPD must come in full compliance with the city of LA's entry policies and maximize protections for immigrant residents by canceling all its ALPR contract with Flock. Since June 6th, the Trump administration has been terrorizing our community by sending mass men to kidnap families, mothers, fathers, uncles, yes, and terrorizing our community. but LAPD has been seen actively supporting supporting the ICE raids, complying with ICE agents, and cooperating with them. Um, and we're seeing this with LAPD helping federal agents by responding to calls for service from these agents. And that is direct violation of LA sanctuary policies. LAPD should not be servicing federal agents, when it comes to racially profiling and identifying people within our community. Thank you.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, you have 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. First, I want to say, good work, LAPD, like your fantastic police work. Thank you so much for doing that. MacArthur Park has become horrible, unsafe for families, unsafe for kids. You got business owners that have been there for decades coming out to speak out how unsafe it is. A deli owner, and what's even more troubling is that district, I believe, belongs to Ulysses Hernandez. Where is she? Not a peep out of her. That money, the $134,000 she spent on police security and these poor police officers that she wants to abolish and defund, yet had to provide her protection, is letting that area fall apart. The hypocrisy of it. That money could have well been spent on other things in that area, but not a care in the world. All she cares about is what she can do to dismantle and defund the police, take our hard-earned tax money to protect her for the same organization she wants to dismantle. Another thing, bragging about spending $16 million, I believe, for 64 housing units. Give me a break. Where is the outrage? Where is the outrage? This is disgraceful. We have become unsafe in our streets. We have become unsafe in our houses. LA has become a terror. Where is the outrage for this money spent on this one individual who's stealing our money for her protection, yet at the same time working against authority? This is a shame. Thank you, LAPD, for taking the brunt of this. Thank you for what you do daily. We're not even safe in our own houses anymore. And I'm sorry, your council people and your board of supervisors don't support you, and an inept mayor as well. Hopefully things will get better. God bless you. God bless the LAPD. We appreciate you that live in those cities. We need you. We need more license plate readers.
Oh, God. Scientology has
In our lives in our neighborhood. This is a shame that it's all fallen on you. God bless the LAPD. Thank you.
The next speaker, Michael J. Simon.
It's the first one. I was the first part in it. Why do you not make it?
Where do you find these people? So, very brief message for the commissioners, which is that times change and politics changes. And right now we have, so for presidency, we have various right-wing people who do not, in my opinion, represent the great glory of Americans who have welcomed immigrants since the days of the Statue of Liberty and before. And when these times change, there are often trials and retributions. Things like Nuremberg after World War II. There are times where those public servants who haven't been on the right side, the idealistic side of things, find themselves, to their horror, losing their conscience, losing their respect, and ending their days in disgrace. And I urge you to use your consciences to refuse to support projects like ICE, which is a terror to a person like me, whose father immigrated here in 1904 And, these parents came from Brooklyn and came from Ukraine, actually. And, I feel very deeply that, the Latins and the other people who are typecast into being aggressive immigrants are my brothers and sisters because, like me, they landed here expecting a warmer welcome than they got. So I urge you to use your consciences and be in the way some of the things because times they are changing.
Thank you. The next speaker, Madam.
Say again.
Okay. What's the name?
Had to bring an extra box to talk about.
No, I love that. They're bringing extra cops. Everybody hit him with that.
That policing culture eats policy for lunch. They can keep on talking about fucking policy and run circles around us, but that's what it is. You know, violence, conspiracies, mass murder, and on and on and on. There's several items on the agenda, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about this whole issue of pretextual stops. I mean, again, we see city council shamelessly punting this issue and not taking action on what they have control over.
Right.
And that's the purse. That's the funding. When they talk about pretextual stops, it's not just some theoretical piece. Broken windows policing is pretextual stops. Suspicious activity reporting is pretextual stops. Predictive policing is pretextual stops. Data informed community focused policing is a pretextual stop. And we can look at the whole litany and the long history of that our behavioral surveillance is baked into all of this policing. So they can do circles around us and say, well, pretextual stops, we're not gonna do it. We had the same fucking conversation 5 years ago at this commission. And people are here who are in this spot as well. And once again, we see city council coming back. Because earlier Russia was complaining and the woes were about like this whole thing about body cameras. So now, since 2013, 13 years and $81 million later, we're still circling back because the cops are not turning their body cameras on. That's $81 million later. This was into 2013 when they stopped body cameras and used Skid Row as a laboratory. The same thing had happened a year prior to that, when 93 out of 300 patrol cars, the cops had intentionally broken antennas on dash cams. This was a part of the removal of consent decree on LAPD. This was an agreement they had made with the federal judge. So here we go again. And the last thing I just want to comment is about this whole thing about Sanctuary City. And I know people, these are old comrades who are a part of the Sanctuary Coalition. But Sanctuary is not a goddamn, it's not just a binary, whether it's like, or whatever the word is. Either it is or it is, either it is or it's not. You can't be doing information sharing, you can't be supplying data constantly. And this whole guardrails, because I don't know how many people know that on the 28th of April at the police commission, they talked about it, that while the whole world is crying about Flock to shut that shit down, LAPD is busy with the city attorney to draw up a new contract to renew Flock. And they said that at the police commission meeting. So it is something that we have to shut this shit down. You can't be just tinkering around the edges. So that's a message to my fellow activists and organizers that please do not get caught up in this fucking language and this romanticization, because you are doing a disservice to the community. You are misrepresenting the community. You know, here people are making a presentation, but they don't listen to when Black women who are unhoused in Skid Row come and speak about it. They just blow it off. Because it's not about those people. It's about, like, you know, what's glorious and what looks good. So shut this shit down.
All right. I don't want that. I was like 35.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Um,
Look, I am sad that this is the second time I've come down here. I do have better things to do, but I feel compelled. The first time I came down here, what I noticed is the police commission asking softball questions.
and not holding him accountable.
Mm.
So what I'm going to talk about, you all know, but it bears repeating. We must say it over again. LA is a sanctuary city. We're not following the law. This was created in December of 24, limiting the LAPD aiding and abetting ICE, including sharing sensitive information, allowing ICE access to non-public areas of city property, banning participation in ICE enforcement. Look, we all know this happens, right? ICE calls up 911, wink, wink, wink. A citizen is attacking me. LAPD comes out and is all too happy to aid ICE. Senator McDonald has said he will not enforce the demasking law should it clear the courts, is my understanding. I'm no lawyer. But why do you think that is? It's because agents moonlight. I think there are other reasons too. So, Council Hernandez, thank God we have her. Somebody mentioned her, I think wrongly.
That's right.
Passed a motion July of 2025, limiting LAPD responses to calls for support. This is what I was just talking about. What is required under LA City Sanctuary Ordinance. This is not being followed. The mayor even directed the LAPD to incorporate community feedback. Is that happening? Under the leadership of Mr. McDonald, the LAPD has not implemented the city sanctuary ordinances. The LAPD did not allow the ACLU lawyer to testify on April 7th. Why not? Is he testifying today? I would like to know. Also, the flock camera issue is egregious. This bypasses warrants and allows sensitive information to be disseminated. Each of you want your information to be open. I think you're not doing your jobs, commissioners. I thank you for your time.
Good morning. So we're talking about pretextual stops again. We've been talking about that since 2022. When the policy changed back then, limiting pretextual stops, I said, no one's ever going to get in trouble because there's not an enforcement mechanism. And now we're doing another change to the pretextual stop policy to ban them. It means nothing because nobody's ever going to enforce the policy. It's constant. There is no enforcement of misconduct within the LAPD. It goes straight to the top. You know, Jim McDonald's not here right now. You guys have a cop on your disciplinary report in January that you guys said was part of a law enforcement gang. You said your own words. So I CPRA'd the information because they were involved in a lot of SB 1421 violations, including unlawful search. You had initially 10 days to recognize the CPRA and then another additional 14 days for an extension to a max of 45 days. That was like 90 days ago. I requested it and you guys have not fulfilled this. Jeff talked about getting updates on the 1421s or in CPRAs. I gotta tell you, you don't fulfill them at all. Every journalist in here can tell you the same thing. You know, we don't have a secret police department. If you guys have a gang member, turn over that information so defendants and defense attorneys can take that information and potentially help their client in their cases. But you hide that. As this cop is out there, has been out there arresting hundreds of people, doing gang shit, and you guys are hiding it. And Teresa, I filed a complaint against the chief for that, and you didn't even accept it. Who the fuck are you?
Right.
Thank God you're no longer president. You were a disaster. Tabor, you're useless. Fabian's not here. You're no better. You're just a body. Now, getting back to accountability, again, we have this loophole in the LAPD where they can just say something's demonstrably false. They don't have to investigate it, and the complaints are thrown out. We went from having 5 or 6 a year to being up to supposedly last year up to close to 1,000. We guys are just throwing out complaints. And then we wonder why we have a gang problem in the mission division that was reported years before, and nobody did anything about it. By the captain there, the own captain there reported it. And it happened at the 77th division now. You know what's going on in Southeast. You know what's going on in Harbor. You know what's going on in Rampart and Hollenbeck and elsewhere, as they wear their gang pins. But there's no accountability in the LAPD. When the fuck is that going to change? Until that changes, no policy change matters. Fuck all of you.
Next speaker, Trans Unknown.
I'm getting nervous because I was like the third one. I signed up well.
Thank you.
Welcome, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Love all of you here. You know, I don't know the history of the LAPD. When I came here, I know I choose this place. We fighting for better America and the world, human rights. So I came here to thank you for the Chief Jim McDonald, and thank you all members, LAPD here. We already done the job very good to protect the US government and protect all American people right and safe. But the problem, I know they're very scared of telling to everybody about me. If they are asking the Mr. Jim McDonald telling to all American people about myself, then the whole in America it will change. And the whole world change is better for all of us. But remember that I'm here with all your support. We will do better for America and change. God bless America. Please do. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Pray for me. We already done the job good for America. Remember that. Right? So very important. To share my information. I'm here today to tell everybody here we already done it. And that's good for American people. And again, God bless America. God bless LAPD. This play is gonna change the America and the whole world better. Thank you very much. Love everybody. Thanks.
Next speaker, Parsons Navidad.
It's my card. I'd be mad if I missed the second meeting. I came down. I was like the third one to sign in.
Good morning. My name is Sergio Navidad. I'm resident of Los Angeles and I'm here on behalf of the Independent Shot Center. INDEP is committed to advancing justice and equity for immigrant communities by providing protection defense, legal representation, education, and wraparound social services to more than 30,000 individuals each year. Through this work, we witnessed firsthand the profound impact of immigration enforcement on individuals and families. Removal proceedings are already deeply traumatizing, and it is our collective responsibility to ensure that people's rights and dignity are protected every step of the way. The LAPD must come into full compliance with the city of LA-centric policies and maximize protections from immigrants. When local resources are used directly or indirectly to support federal enforcement, it further destabilizes our communities. Over the past year, the City Council and the Mayor have taken important steps to strengthen Los Angeles-centric protections. However, LAPD has yet to fully implement these protections and continues to fall short on the intent and requirements of San Diego laws. We know that LAPD is committed to accountability. The Commission must take action to hold LAPD accountable and ensure the protection and well-being for immigrant community members. Taking these steps will demonstrate a clear commitment to protecting our communities and prioritizing the well-being, safety, and rights to all Angelenos. We have the power with insurance, so LAPD can comply. I thank you for your time.
The next speaker, Cardinal Amador.
They didn't call the first three people. Jonathan. What's his name and myself? That's all.
Good morning, my name is Carlos Samoa with the Arab Worker Center, also with the Century LA Coalition. Here, speaking here in full support of the implementation of all the protection program. Community members in the city of Los Angeles, including the motion passed by, pushed by, Councilwoman Melissa Hernandez, as well as the Executive Director of 17. We know the reasons why the LAPD, the Commission, and especially Chief McDonald have sat on the implementation of these policies to the Centennial Police and ICE. Chief McDonald, once he was sheriff, he was doubling down on the collaboration with ICE, refusing to end the 287G program that was in place at the sheriff's department back in the 2010s. It was only ended when the board of supervisors put an end and voted to end that program. Subsequently, 287G agreements were prohibited by the 2017 California Values Act, SB 54. But even then, Chief McDonald, during the early months of the 2017 Trump first term, he was engaging with the Trump administration, meeting with them and actively opposing the passage of SB 54, which ended up weakening that bill. So we know that McDonald has been a strong supporter of anti-immigrant policies, policies that have hurt our communities. And that's why we now continue to come here to seek for the implementation of this full protection. So we're calling for the implementation of protection for community, full disentanglement of police and ICE, and truthfully, the firing of Chief McDonald. Thanks, right?
You can, before we move on to the next speaker, I'll just remind people to please put down your signs. This is the only warning. Thank you. Next speaker, the next speaker, Yalitza Gonzalez.
Good morning, my name is Angelenos Gonzalez, and I'm here on behalf of Edison, the Central American Resource Center. The LAPD must come into full compliance with City of LA sanctuary policies and maximize protections for immigrant residents. Importantly, the LAPD must significantly in its responses to calls for support from federal immigration enforcement only when they receive a federal judicial warrant authorizing an arrest. Councilmember Melissa Hernandez motion was adopted last year, and it's been 9 full months, and this commission has yet to adopt such policy. We also demand this commission move immediately to prohibit LAPD from assisting federal immigration agents in operations that involve racial or identity profiling and the criminalization of residents' exercise of their First Amendment rights. We cannot and will not allow the LAPD to do the bidding of federal immigration agents who lie by Angelenos' constitutional right. We call the nation to swiftly agendize and pass a pretext stop policy closely tracking what the city council had requested last week. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Sophia Rinch.
Okay. Did they turn in our cars?
Good morning, my name is Sophia Wrench. I'm an attorney with public counsel. As law enforcement tools evolve, the means of data sharing has also evolved. ICE and DHS are working around sanctuary policies that prevent data sharing with ICE and accessing information shared through automatic license plate reading cameras. As a lawyer who has investigated the ways that FLOC works around sanctuary laws and around constitutional protections like the Fourth Amendment, I'm concerned about LAPD's use of FLOC cameras because they're facilitating mass deportations and increasing criminalization. The LAPD searched license plate readings on behalf of ICE and CBP as recently as May 2025. We know the reality is that federal agencies are able to access FLOC data and have done so without the permission of cities, including Mountain View, Santa Cruz, Oxnard, and Ventura. Flock's ALPR hits are then used to create a digital web for ICE to track, hunt, and abduct community members. Regardless of citizenship status, ALPR data is used to criminalize Angelenos across the city, expanding the presumption of guilt. We continue to mourn the death of community member Keith Porter Jr., who was killed in Northridge by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve. When LAPD allows ICE officers to go unchecked, it puts our community directly at risk. LAPD must be held accountable for their collusion with ICE, both through stronger limitations against responses to calls for support and through canceling LAPD's contract with Flock. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Nona Pittman. I'm a resident of Los Angeles and a member of LA Voice. We're a multi-faith, multiracial community organization with a network of congregations across LA County, and we're part of the Sanctuary Coalition. I'm here because we witnessed the LAPD effectively helping federal immigration agents, apparently responding to calls for service. LAPD was seen, for example, establishing perimeter closures or conducting crowd control during or following immigration raids, which courts have found were based on racial and identity profiling. Despite these constitutional rights violations in cases of federal immigration agents lying in 911 calls, LAPD has remained at ICE and Border Patrol's beck and call. The commission really needs to end all LAPD involvement in racially discriminatory stop regimes. That includes both the Trump regime's Kavanaugh stops and LAPD's own pretextual stops. We call on the commission to swiftly agendize and pass a pretext stop policy closely tracking what the city council requested last week. Furthermore, communities across Los Angeles are increasingly concerned about the use of Flock's automatic license plate readers to facilitate mass deportations and criminalization. As reported by Cal Matters, the LAPD searched license plate readings on behalf of ICE and CBP as recently as May of 2025. We know the reality is that federal agencies are able to access Flock data and have done so without permission in many cities, such as Mountain View, Santa Cruz, Oxnard, and Ventura. Flock's ALPR hits are then used to create a digital web for ICE to track, hunt, and abduct community members, regardless of citizenship status. LAPR data is used to criminalize Angelenos across the city, expanding the presumption of guilt. As Flock continues to criminalize, we demand that LA join cities across California and nationwide in canceling their partnerships with Flock, including Santa Cruz, Mountain View, Denver, Linwood, Austin, Evanston, and many more to come. We demand that Los Angeles cancel all partnerships with Flock Safety with immediate effort. We know that LAPD is unwilling to act on their own. The commission must take action to hold LAPD accountable and ensure the protection and well-being of all our community members. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. I just want to ask, basically, if you have a young officer, okay, he's young, just got out of the academy, but full adult, badge and gun, would he get in trouble if he was dating a 14-year-old, say a cadet? And then would he get in trouble if he married her at 16? I'm guessing he would. But James Richardson, he's not a police officer, but he's a security officer for Scientology, and he is on your clergy council. Okay, he's very active and very, I heard that there's a possibility they even call him if there's a police, like a 911 call, that he gets direct calls. This man dated a 14-year-old and married a 16, and married her when she was 16, when he was an adult. He was already in security, already, and then I heard, like that he actually may have done it twice. So you have this person, like I wouldn't want him near any teenagers. You have cadets at these events and meetings. You have the community. And this man is representing you. I mean, like he is your clergy council Okay, and he's a mandated reporter who has probably, I bet, never reported any of the molestations and sexual crimes that happen in Scientology. But yet they're the first ones to beg you, oh, like these kids running through, oh, that's a hate crime. No, it's not. It's not a hate crime. These are kids being kids. Don't over dramatize it. But when they're actually committing crimes, how did this guy get to marry a 16-year-old as an adult twice? Like, how does that happen? How does he end up on your clergy, council? Can you please get rid of him from there? And on your CPABs too, you have Janet Whelan. I know everyone thinks Janet's so sweet and cute, but like 30 years ago, when Tori, who left Scientology and fled, because you have to flee Scientology, you can't just leave. She fled to Florida. Janet Whelan, who's on your CPABs, chased her down because they were gonna, take her back. They'll drag you back. They'll kidnap you back. You're not allowed to just leave. And she had to get the police or the sheriff to intervene. And they said, like that to force them to leave her alone and let her escape. And they helped her escape. This person to this day is on your CPAPs. Like, why? How? Like, why? When are you guys going to divorce Scientology? No more special favors. Why don't you look into all the victims that have come forward? So many, like Laura couldn't come today. I wish she could have because, there's a new chief. I've never met you. I never got to speak with you, Mr. Chief Harrelson. But there's plenty of victims coming forward. We gave you the book of a victim who, that's his book is now considered more of a court thing, like not even just a nonfiction. Thank you. Okay, guys. Whatever. I gotta go. Sorry, I gotta run.
You hear that one?
It's okay. It's okay. They'll get it.
So today there's.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye, guys. You too. Thank you. Okay. Whew. So many of them. I wanted to get over. I hope I can still speak over there at City Hall. I thought they were never going to call me. I was getting nervous because it's a new chief. Never heard this stuff before. But thank you, guys. Thank you. I mean, this dude has to be taken off their thing. Like,
Yeah.
if nothing else, they got to get off. Like, they got to get off their clergy council. They got to get this. So Scientology needs to be removed from all this stuff. It's just, it's time. Well, it's past time. It never should have happened to begin with. But thank you, guys. Oh, I was nervous. I would not be called. That's true. If any cop did that, they'd be in trouble. Can't date 14-year-olds and marry them at 16 when you're in a level position. No, it's disgusting. I think the next thing that needs to be done is if they don't remove them, then it's time to warn the public, warn the cadets. You want your, okay, just know your kid's involved with the cadet program, but they have this predator. They won't deal with it. Feels drizzly. How you doing? Nothing too much. Chief Harrelson is there today.
Huh?
Chief Harrelson substituting. Kind of quiet. Nothing too much. They do, and they need. Well, they just need to know that they do need to, and they do like background checks, right? So they do that. I mean, they do that. Like to be on any of these things, but you can, like he didn't commit, say, a crime because he legally married her or whatever. I guess nobody commit, nobody. I'm not saying he didn't commit a crime. I think dating a 14-year-old's a crime, but he was never convicted of a crime, I'd say. So he's going to look like he passes. And they're like, oh, he's part of a church and they vouch for him and all this stuff. Well, they didn't tell him that, okay, this dude dates 14-year-olds. Like, that's so disgusting. I'm so disturbed by that. that I don't think we need to tolerate that as a civilized society. Like, when do we start protecting children? Like, how do Epstein Islands happen? Like, how does that massive amount of abuse happen? Like, how does Scientology get to? There's a reason. I don't know if it's because we all just don't collectively stand up, but now we are. And you know, um, and I'm standing up for these kids too. It's not a hate crime. But it's sickening, man. Like, I don't want this dude now. And I'm about to. I'm gonna see how long he's on there. Actually, I'm just gonna maybe even just start like like I want to go to their clergy council meetings. If I see that he's still on it, man, it's time to start warning parents, teens, any events he's involved with. And I don't know if it's true that he gets called for 911, but if he does, like, get called, like, are you kidding me? How does he get preferential treatment? Freaking predator, man. I hope it's not too late. Sorry, I'm on a rant, but even if I don't get this one, it's okay. I just wanted to say that to the cops. It is time for this guy to go. No more. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Morning. Alrighty. Hey guys. I forgot to send you guys through. Oh well. Um, yeah, it's gross and I'm over it. I'm done. Hey Laura. Laura, I think they only called, I think, did one or two, was it one or two people? There was a new chief today though, so new ears, which is good. Thank you. New ears. I'm gonna I'm now gonna write to him. I'm gonna follow up. Thank you, thank you. Hope we made it for public comment. I was like early there, like they should do. I hate it that they switch it around. Like, why do you get punished for getting there early? No, I did not become charged and become a legend. Sorry to disappoint you, but I mean, I think I scooted up there pretty quickly. I don't know if that counts. Did maybe I aggressively took the microphone a little bit, a little bit aggressively. Maybe. I know. I'm sorry, dude. Okay. Let's see if my other phone works. I can. Okay, hold on. Let me. Gotta sign up. Hopefully, we get to talk. If not, I'm okay. But at least because police commission's so important. I'm probably just gonna do more of the same with these people. Yeah. Hey, it's like, oh, you put it in there already?
Yeah, but I went up on this, so
Oh, you did?
you can still sign up and go in it, but
Okay.
be tricky about it.
Audit.
Dusty, be nice, let her finish her work.
La.
Dusty,
Dusty.
it's busy.
I'll put Dusty. Okay, they still taking it?
Yeah, they're still in public.
Baby, I can't rush past you. Let me put this over here. I want to give it proper petting. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. So I would do circles too. I'm doing circles. My heart is doing circles. You think they're still calling?
Yeah, I'm still.
I was at the police. Hey, yo, baby. Hi. Well, they called me. I'm just gonna go in and say, hey, they called me. Dusty. I'll be. I know. I'm just gonna. Well, maybe they'll get me when I'm here. I don't want to bring Dusty. I'll have him come. I think I'm okay. I think they'll be right here. Right. I think I'm good. Here, get puppy. I don't want to get his toesies. Unless they called on me.
It makes it more appealing, especially to young people. Although having the outside has been in relation for recreational purposes, is probably one of them. Making outfits available in smoke shops would be illegal.
Okay, next speaker. Before the next speaker begins, I'd like to call over a few names. We're in the Chris Smoking Scam, Isabel Sotolis, and Melissa Hernandez. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
I would like to speak from item number 14, there no public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Gabriel and I'm speaking. I'm very from Ohio. Your birthday time. I can stand when and tell you how to fix your brain. I can also tell you that it disconnects people from reality. What about this view? That increase complexity and unsafe situation in both public venues. Well, what I'd really like to do is take a moment to ask you. This impacts everyone, not just a single person. I want to open a community and go where we feel safe to walk around, where this is just a step in the part of everyday life. We shouldn't have to go for us. Thank you.
Thank you, next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Morning. I'm speaking on behalf of item number 14 and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Good morning. My name is Angel and I'm a member of Scientology High School. On my way to school, every day I have to walk to school, in the small shop, and return fire from the night I found. These are right there. They're visible and it's a key action for the youth. At school, if we keep on making choices, or what you can when parents like these are being sold near schools and smoke shops, it's making it seem normal and hardened. This isn't just about the education. It's about what we're being exposed to today. So my 10-year-old little brother is being exposed to on anything. And an older brother who no longer knows what to say and to be asking you about these things that stick around in elementary school. We help with motion, help reduce the accidents and make our environment safe for students and my little brother himself. Yeah.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to? Okay, you have 1 minute for each. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm a student at Bristol Charter High School in the future, living in the Sun Valley. I live in a community where you speak connectors outside, also known as everywhere. Like in the park with your friends, and now 17. There are elementary students who I see as part as well. That means students in the private level may also be seen as the same. Connectors also should be banned for the sake of our community and the children growing up in it. This community should not allow children and teenagers to fall into the health issues caused by the scale. Then we take it even bigger if I haven't caught your attention here. This is a drug that can cause you lack of oxygen to the brain. That means death. According to what's it in Yogi from the University of Mississippi, who studied 14 years on CDC wonder data and found that 19 related deaths were relatively low in 2017 with 23 deaths. But climbed to 156 deaths in 2023, which is a 570% relative increase over time. This country creates this flavors to get people hooked. Flavoring is one of the primary reasons why teens initiate the use, with roughly 3 out of 4 teenagers saying that they would stop if products were not flavored. As a community, we can shape what it should look like for children and teenagers, but sadly, this is a harsh reality. You have the power in your hands to make it different. Please support the motion to ban smoking outside for recreation and in our community. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good morning. What would you like to speak to? So you have 1 minute for each and feel free to adjust the microphone if you like. Go ahead.
I'm here to support the items about this. I want to thank
Vote to him and you, sorry.
I actually have scientific data. One of the biggest reasons behind the stop is the disability again. They go to Facebook and class every day. We see the temperature time around. You currently not staying again. Everybody starts to feel normal because it's not safe. I'm working with pastors to prevention projects and it doesn't stop. What I'm getting is when access is everywhere, putting it definitely harder. When access goes down, people have to look. This room. Are lots of people coming to the same thing. I'm really asking you to take the launching seriously. We can unlock for the access and the visibility. Driving this process. Thank you.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to? Good morning, speaking of item number 14, under general public comment. Okay, so what did I put each? Go ahead. Thank you. My name is Scott, and I am a representative of the partnership where I work closely with students from Park. These young people gave up a full day of learning because of what they are seeing every day in their neighborhoods. Or across the street from their school.
You notice that the students bring in that big sign.
Choice, prevention, and protecting their future. But there's still a growing disconnect between what we teach our students and what they're continuously told to do. There'll be no repeating misuse and that are highly visible, easy accessible, and so their school used in spaces, prevention becomes much harder. We have seen this story before. As communities, we underestimate the early warning signs of fentanyl, and we take care of it. Too many of our families are still living today. We cannot wait for another crisis before taking early action. Research simply shows that access and availability influences youth behavior, reduce perceived risk, and increase the likelihood of future. Prevention works best when communities act early, not after the harm becomes widespread. This motion is not extreme. It is thoughtful, balanced, and prevention policy. It addresses environmental factors that contribute to youth substance while supporting safer, healthy communities. Today, our students are asking you adults to listen, and I feel favored asking you to listen. Thank you so much. Thank you, speaker, and thank you for believing speaking to I today.
Hello.
So, you been a little late, so just for you and everybody else, the items that are open for public comment are items number 1 and items 3 through 24. So I assume 3 for all the items and 1 for general. Go ahead.
You assume correctly, sir. Okay, well, good morning. Yeah, I want to chime in on the noxious, even though I know it's laughing gas, and although, it would be fun to just be able to laugh at all you guys, it's not a good thing. And so I am for banning it. I'm for sending that strong message to kids not to even play around with that. Don't play with noxious oxide and don't play with Scientology. But it seems like kind of like you almost like I mean, not discriminated, uncriminalized other drugs, such as like really strong ones, like heroin and meth. And, it seems like that's almost been decriminalized in a lot of ways. I could be wrong. I'll ask Smoke and Scan if I'm wrong. But I would like you to be just as vigilant if you're going to do the noxious gas, to also be vigilant in making sure you fully criminalize the really heavy duty drugs. The second one is for the fallen firefighters. Absolutely, you should illuminate for the fallen firefighters. And but I think I'm going to get. I always like to see if Smoke and Scan agrees with me on these things. It's fun, but I think that in spite of just putting up the lights, you should also give them the budget that they need to be able to fix their housing, their stations, be able to fight major fires, stuff like that. Have their equipment fixed so they can go to a fire. Say if there's a big fire, like we had last January of last year, so it's stuff like that. There's little pesky things, but I'll have to check later to see if Smoke and Scan agrees with me. Then the other one for Bureau Street Services about giving them, this one, oh no, I want to start with number 1, the portal, okay? You have this one-stop portal and you want to increase the fees. Okay, I know you guys are so desperate for money. I know that pesky little fire kind of tapped the resources. and the police budget, let's be honest. But I've been asking for a portal for the Bureau Street Services so we can all access it. So you just want to look at the charging people, the entities for their portals, but not giving like the transparency and allowing the city and the residents to know what applications are going through and what has been gone through. And I think that's unfair. And I think you need to, especially the Bureau Street Services, people want to track these permits. We have a right to do it. And you guys are not big on transparency. I wonder why. And don't forget, Mr. President and Mr. Lee, you still owe me an apology. But go ahead, I'll take it. I'll stop and take it, Mr. President, if you want to apologize. That is a item. Come on. Oh, okay. No, I don't. Okay, so the fixing the Bureau Street Services, giving them money to fix streets. Yes. Let's start off with going to L. Ron Hubbard Way, taking up the paving stones, removing their our permit, and bringing it back to city control. Even though it still is city control, Scientology makes it seem like it's not. So please do that. Okay. All right. I'm going to talk about what I spoke at the police commission meeting because you guys didn't get to be there. There's a person named James Richardson. Okay. He's a high level Scientology security guard who, while as a security guard for them, which is a high position in Scientology, not in real life, but you know, whatever, he was dating as an adult, okay, a 14-year-old girl. He married her at 16. Okay. And I heard that I just found out recently by someone who knows, worked, was with him while she was in Scientology, that he actually did this twice, married two 16-year-olds while an adult. And he is on your clergy council. I have a problem with that because your clergy council has access to cadets, police cadets, children, events with children. And this man who had to run to Nevada because he couldn't do it here, they ran to Vegas with Scientology's blessing. Okay. And he's on your police council. Are you kidding me? Get rid of Richard Jameson. Thank you. I'm like stuttering today, guys.
Jumbo, Kimberly Gutierrez, Daniela, Jennifer Sharon, Jermaine.
Thanks, guys. Is that everyone? I think I might go. Make an early. I have to go. Ladies. I took the smoke and scan one. And all that else they called that is.
Submitted a Q and correct about that big sign he brought that allowed in the building. Not supposed to.
Yeah, they don't let you do it.
It's violation of the rules.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's like Scientology. They let Scientology get away with it too.
Just get it away.
Your wallet, sorry.
Me llamo Florinda y trabajo en McDonald's en Circuito 10.
I know. I said Richard James. That was at the end. At the beginning, I think I said James Richardson. I hope.
I want to post on.
So was the security guy there at the LAPD meetings?
No, but he's on their clergy council.
Oh.
But I want him removed.
Who doesn't encourage council to do bad things and wrong?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like this dude married a 14. He dated her when she was 14. He was an adult. He was already security. He married her at 16 and then married another 16-year-old like 5 years later.
And Scientology gets away with it.
Yeah, because they don't see children as adults. They think, I mean, they see children as adults, not, like they don't see childhood.
What the state of California law is 18 and above is what.
Yeah, but they ran to Vegas and married. They didn't have to go before a judge. It's disgusting. And so now he's working. I was like, he might be trying to recruit these cadets. It's disgusting. He doesn't belong in their council. He could be a Scientologist, but not with the LAPD. Oh, hey, that's sweet. Thank you.
They get growth on stuff. Please talk. Like they will make cure correct sign.
Good. They deserve it. Oh man, I was like nervous. I forgot to roast the ramen.
So I go to court on Monday in El Monte
Oh yeah.
for a First Amendment violation where Shanique Williams is running for congressional whatever, 41st district, attacked me in my meeting.
Really?
So I wanted PD, which is brought it, wrote us both up as co-defendants And we disrupted the new masses out of that black bitch.
Whoa, that's
Crazy.
crazy.
Under the bus like that.
That's crazy. Hey, Comer. I need to go bathroom. Oh, is that Michael?
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Yes, no, it's in Scientology. I might go home. I might.
So how you doing? Feeling better? You were kind of like a little weak the other week.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I went
What?
to go. Yeah, yeah,
Figure that.
yeah. It's a lot of pain. There's a lot.
I've been under the weather because I have my back.
When you're in pain, it's
I
fine.
got drained just in the thoracic and it's right in the middle.
Wow. Oh, that hurts. Mine wasn't a knee thing. It's like I injured my knee really bad, and it was so painful. It's still painful, but the meds are starting to kick in.
Oh, David Zan.
Yeah, exactly. Well, well, they look into it in the sense that they do a criminal check, but he didn't get convicted for doing it. So,
Yeah.
so they're going to learn about it from me because I'm a mandated reporter. I'm reporting this proof.
Nice.
Oh, that is my fault.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, Council President and Council members. My name is Julissa Hernandez, and I'm with Los Angeles Unified School District Office of Government Relations. And we're here in support of item 14 related to the restricting of the retail sale and distribution of nitrous oxide. The district would like to thank Council Member Medina along with every other council member who has helped to move this item forward, making sure that everyone has the same shared goal of creating safer communities for our youth. Los Angeles Unified supports the efforts to help protect the health, safety, and well-being of young people. We do recognize the growing concern around youth access to nitrous oxide products. The potential risk these substances pose to our student
I'm
health.
going to hear Michael, then I'm going to go. Thank you, sir.
Supporting effective effort to help reduce youth access to these products, increase awareness of the associated health. As part of the district's 2026 advocacy goals and priorities, LA Unified supports initiatives that advance.
Thank you, Harris. Yeah, I said I know at the end. I don't know what happened.
Safe and supportive
I
environment.
should pin it.
Fosters. We appreciate this ordinance that takes balance and balanced approach by restricting retail sales while also preserving the legitimate medical.
At the end of the day, at least they know there's predator in their ranks.
Leadership, or take initiative on this issue and respectfully urge the support of this ordinance. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to? General comments? Thank you. Go ahead. I want to remind you that you are able to communicate with people so long as it's done in public. It's secret discussions which are the problem because they are potential serial meeting violations. Of course, communications with your personal lawyers are protected, but city attorneys are not personal lawyers. Their client is the public and their communications are public records. So what do we do when there's a dispute over a matter like this? We're supposed to let the jury decide, but our prosecutors, they prosecuted, and on an issue far more serious than this. On a related issue, Smoke and has threatened to stop moving property shows because of your illegal delay of public comments. Read the council rule. Public comments are supposed to be at the beginning of the meeting, but officers don't enforce rules when the council breaks them.
Great job, Michael. Tell him. Oh no, Streets is here. I'm definitely gonna wait for Streets to get. You could go up because they call it smoke and scan. You'd have to go up to smoke and scan.
Oh, I'm trying to find the book about.
Cigar Street, preparing for work. I want to say that propose, yeah, for that. You know, we all know the government won't make it. And I know it's regular. We've all seen the
I don't think the police commission's now doing that randomizer.
like I said, my mother gets her fish challenge account from the hospital. I had a car in the school.
I think what's open is 1 and then 3 through 24.
Until like a year after high school. I jogged from Norwalk to East LA. I saw the world's strongest man competition that day in Commerce Casino. God made me use my feet for a reason. I don't have a car, but I do propose brush you. Thank you. Joe? So yes, General comment. If this was a movie, thank you guys for being here. My name is Brandon Atiliano. You know, I'm not an Italian in this black movie, but yes, thank you guys for being here. Council Chamber, thank you guys for listening to the people. I hear about this drug problem we have. It seems like it's a problem. Have I done it? Yes. Am I proud of it? Hell no. Was it fun? Was it a good time? Yeah, we had a fun time. Did you get hurt? Yes.
Yeah, you got up. If he goes up, I want to stay.
It's an issue. I think it's that time to peacefully work on it. Don't put anybody in chambers, put them on a piece of paper probation, and I just makes you feel like you're on probation and you're spending your kids always forever, and that's great. So please look out for people's brand and thank you guys. Next speaker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Is he leaving?
Marlene.
Try to get it closer.
This defines the youth council program. So what is that? 14. 14 and general public comment, just 14.
Yes.
14. So one minute, go ahead. We're gonna go through this on youth council program. We're gonna explain this other thing, what happened, and do not. I get it all.
Here.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. She was. Yeah.
Personally, I think it's very bad, you know, you can try to fight.
Dang, Nathan, left. She's all street. It's okay. You got this.
So thank you. I would say,
It's okay. You got this. You got it.
motion, so please, thank you. And I will take.
Good job.
Yeah. Next week begins, and call up the pre-market Francisco Ortega, Blanca Romero, Raymond Rios, Sebastian, Andres Garcia, and Sue Rodriguez. Good morning. What would you like to speak to? We're talking about item 40. Hello, I'm Jacob Smith, the president of the Lifted Line. And I'm talking about the next I'm going to if you think you
It's streets. Live.
My name is Greg Marquez, my president of homeboy issue, youth council. And if you ever wondered in not instead of brain cells, it has also caused also lower divided into B12 in the first cell, which also indicates positive, which eventually leads to numb in parts of your body and in some cases leads to dead. And the reason I almost said the version of the problem is because growing up in the city of Wyatt, I think trying to do what I do, like
How are you?
I just left as a of one of my close friends had a play because if you use the 9 to 5 side, February.
So she could be in the be in the back as long as they have their earphone. They still have to hear it. I know, yeah. She's because she was here.
So here, I ended up walking over there, and then she wasn't there anymore.
She could be in the back, which means she's still
Come here to talk. I came here to listen.
She might be in the back, but I'm saying she still might be hearing it. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? You got new glasses. Nice. Good. Yeah, it's got better. I wasn't feeling too good. I'm getting better. I had injury. How you doing? Good. Did you go to police commission? Yeah, it's good. Got this guy on that clergy council. Married a kid, like 2 kids, and then dating he was dating her when she was 14. I was already in his 20s. And he married her at 16. When they're 16, like a spouse. I didn't know that was any too background checks. Like, it's like, oh, what's that around that? They're the cadets and stuff, you know. Where's Pretty Boy? Left. Did Robin? Was Robin still here? Was Robin still here with it, or she leave? I think she was over there. I think she got scared. She saw him and left. I'll see you later. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Yes, he is. I'm gonna wait for him, see if he's.
Hi, Marty. Good morning, everyone. I'll be talking to the coalition.
Hey, did you talk to him?
I did.
I'm going to.
I'm going to.
Okay.
So the service providers
He
organization.
calls you smoking scan.
What? They call it smoking scan.
You can use that.
Huh?
They called smoking scan. You could use that.
Oh, did they?
No, wouldn't mind.
No, do not be from your Do not be. $60 displays. Many of the shops are minimal each signage and openly welcome the public. Community members and smart volunteers and 120 have Swiss around Ferguson, Cleveland, Westlake, and Cedar Road. Indicate the distance of the substance. Managers offset the seas when the paralysis, neurological problems, heart disease, and even death. Attendants are being to go later.
She's so scared.
And for the sea department visits, relays are being off by the police for the 76 visits and 263 visits in 2023. The Los Angeles Unified School District reported 11 incidents of nitrate oxide session during the 2024 academic school year. Our mission is to educate Los Angeles about drug-related harms. We suggest strong need for an improved surveillance for nitrate oxide misuse and limiting accessibility for citizens, especially if you always have possible to have some leadership that consider a policy solution that will contribute to a healthier community for residents of Los Angeles City. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. Before the next speaker begins, I'll call up a few more names. Stu Rodriguez, Pamela Gibberton, Spencer Pratt, Chinese, and Carmen Rocha.
What's your? I know that was you. I knew that was you.
Getting like PR today.
Yeah, I knew that was you. But Nithya ran when she saw streets coming. When William Dean came on, Nithya took off.
And
Because he calls her out.
He got posted.
No, he calls her out. Okay, and she knows she took off as soon as he came. She's so scared. This isn't scary for her.
without air conditioning.
I hope he gets up and talks.
I am someone who does not tolerate abuse on a job because I have suffered it before.
I don't firsthand, the physical and mental toll, that our bosses, put on. But after this trip, I have no the importance of knowing I'm right.
I wouldn't mind standing behind him as he shouts at all these political people.
And it gives the workers, confidence to speak up with the
Oh,
boss.
good, he's up. He's gonna talk. But I want Laser Lady to talk to and told her to use smoking stand. She's so cute. I freaking love Laser Lady. See, this work people stop bored. I get bored of this. Just hear about that. I get distracted.
Because your time's expired, but I'm gonna ask the interpreters to interpret the last, statements. The issue is that so many of us don't know, right? With,
I need to do the Spanish thing.
we take time because of a fear of losing our job. And that is why workers need real training.
I might do that tomorrow. Maybe.
For the next speaker begins, I'll call for a few more names: Willie Good, Arcadia, Aaron E., Ray Marquez, Albert Molina, and Michael Acker. Good morning. What would you like to speak to? Good morning.
He's coming.
Yeah, go ahead. Good morning, council members. My name is Raymond Rio. I'm a longtime resident of Buffalo Heights in El Torino. Here this morning,
Never mind. Every time I like it, does he look familiar at all? Or am I seeing incorrectly? No, fire meetings next week. I definitely want to do that. Hopefully. It's hard because like now the police, they don't call you on time. I was there real early. I got there at 8:15. I was third in line.
does in our farm,
Does he look like someone?
it breaks my heart that
I think I make him nervous. 'Cause I'm like,
we have enough mental health challenges within our community already. And homelessness is too much of a reality. So please support this motion to restrict the sale of this terrible and to the use of our community. Thank you. Before the next speaker begins, I'll call a few more names: Stacy Good, David O'Carter, Petra R., Harriet Elliott, and Jason Christopher. Good morning. What would you like to speak to? I can both speak, please. Thank you. Go ahead. Hello, my name is Andres Garcia for the Office of State Senator Caroline Bonifar. As a state, we are confronting a growing youth crisis from surging youth Filipino teens to the recent
I'm
rise.
surprised it's already not illegal.
Contribute to FP protein or to the devastating nitrous oxide motion and
Hey, please.
and daycare center. It is still working hand in hand with this motion to address the growing concerns at state level. The senator supports council member Mania's motion item 14 and a recommendation of the public safety committee to prohibit tobacco cannabis retailers in the city of Los Angeles from selling, offering for sale, distributing, or closing for sale nitrous oxide products with exceptions for youth. She urges an I vote to address the inconsistency of how nitrous oxide is regulated and to better protect young people and communities from harmful misuse. Especially as for Bill SB 1314 also preserve local control by allowing the county to
Opera looks pretty cute with his new glasses. I can't because look, there's a. I can't do it.
Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
I'm reaching as general public comment.
Please, yeah, go ahead.
My name is Pamela Giverman. I'm speaking as an individual, though I am also the chair of the Amsterdam City Neighborhood Council of Education Committee. Last night, the Education Committee voted unanimously to recommend to the full PCNC board the following community impact statements. The Amsterdam City Neighborhood Council strongly supports banning the sale of any and all nitrous oxide products at tobacco and cannabis retailers throughout the city of Los Angeles. These products pose a serious danger to the health and safety of the city. young people, since the number of such retailers located close to schools is obscene. It has been proven this night to upside from spring development that the number of emergency room visits has increased due to its use, and it is driving, leading to accidents and possible loss of life. Please protect our communities and put this ban into effect. I'm 99% certain that the full executive board will support the filing of this alliance. And United States by products is an excellent first step, but all the products in the smoke shops are kid. No smoke shops should be located within 500 or 600, so they should stay more for possibly doing that. Thank you, Councilmember Foster and Councilmember Lee for your interim control board. And I thought the first one, and I'll put that. To extend that ordinance is why. We look forward to time.
Take my phone too. They want to hear you. Oh, my microphone's not good. Can you take my phone too? Thank you. They want to hear me.
Our kids and our community.
Yes, I like to call the last of the name. Those Audit, Dustin, and Jacob. Good morning. What would you like to speak to?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to 5 in public comment.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So 5 relates to street lighting. I noticed you guys been patting yourselves on the back for your new plan to address the fact that our city is dark as hell. I know my neighborhood, Hugo should know it. He's my council member. It's completely dark. You guys are always talking about, you're always giving more money to the LAPD to fight crime. You want to fight crime? You want to prevent crime? Light up our streets. Again, you guys are patting yourselves on the back for this new program, especially the mayor. But she said that over the last years, leaders have neglected the street lighting problem. What she doesn't mention is the fact that she has cut street lighting by $7.5 million since she's been in office. She creates the problem and then she wants some sort of congratulations for attempting to slightly fix it. It's bullshit. She sucks as mayor. She shouldn't be mayor anymore. Now, on public comment, I came here actually to address Nithya. Right before I come up here, suddenly she exits stage left. So I'm going to address that empty seat over there where Nithya is sitting. She's running for mayor, right? A year ago, over the last year, there have been 200 documented cases of the LAPD brutalizing journalists. There was a restraining order by a federal judge that was put in place because the LAPD has been brutalizing journalists. They violated that and they put an injunction in place. And finally, after 6 months, you guys finally got some balls and said, you know what, city attorney, we got to stop defending the LAPD in this restraining order case. But then you guys immediately go and fund outside counsel to defend the LAPD. It's bullshit. I've been waiting for Nithya to say something about it. But once again, I've heard as much as I've heard out of that empty seat right there. If she wants to be mayor, she wants to be leader, it's time to start showing, but she doesn't have it in her. Good day.
Yeah, that was awesome. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good morning, Honorable Council members. My name is Donald, and I'm the executive director of the Stand Candle Valley Partnership, and I'm also honored to stand here with the student from our Catholic Prevention Program. Our work focuses on addressing the
yeah, but hold on, guys. Guys, I got to talk to Streets for a minute, so I'm going to mute it. It's personal. Okay, I can put him on for this part, then I have to mute.
Karen Bass, when she entered office, was on the Coanga in a 101, right? I got messages from Nithya's office and her nonprofit that works with them, reaching out to me saying, Karen Bass is gonna be doing this inside safe operation. She's messing everything up. We've been doing outreach at that location. We're working on placement. And because of that, she's gonna blow up everything that we've doing. They basically asking me to go over there and just sort of cause disruption. I went over there to document because I'm like, okay, you're gonna take these people who are homeless and put them in hotels. How much is that gonna fucking cost?
Yeah.
And what's the plan after that? Okay, you put them in hotels, then what's the plan? Or just the hotels is it for 6 months, and then what? They're back out on the street.
That's what
You know what?
happened.
There hasn't been a plan.
Right.
Majority of them end up back on the street. So anyway, she was sitting there talking all that shit, sending messages to me to, go sort of disrupt it. I spent the whole day there and I told this bullshit. Man, like 4 days later, Nithya's like, thank you, Karen Bass, for the operation. I'm like, you
See?
fucking sold me out.
Whoa.
Again, you know that one cop, Espadis, I've been talking about with the dog situation?
Yeah.
That his dog.
Yeah.
We had meetings in Nithya's office. 2 occasions with the chief, with Nithya and her chief of staff. She said, I am going to sit there and work on it. I'm disgusted by what's going on. I'm not going to use my campaign, but I'm gonna use my office as a council member to do something about it, get something going forward.
Nothing.
Hasn't said fucking word. Not one word. She just talks a lot of shit.
Just
And
whatever
she was weak.
convenient.
Her debate, she was just weak.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
And she was like a deer in the headlights, freezing up. Like, this is your moment.
Yeah.
I'm thinking when I'm in here, or if I'm at the police commission, like, I got 3 minutes to speak. I'm going to make the most of this. She's just like,
Like, what do I do?
and then she doesn't really she doesn't really answer anything. It's just long-winded bullshit. She's not fit for running. You know who should have ran? It should have been Lindsay Forvath.
Yeah, I agree.
She got some fight in her.
Yeah, and she was going to. I heard she was going to.
She was going to, and it seemed like something happened to her and Nithya. Listen, I'll say this about Karen Bass. She's incompetent, she's corrupt and all that, but when she was during that debate, she had a little fight in her, trying to defend herself. Nithya doesn't have that. She just kind of cowers like this.
I mean, she's trying to make herself sound like she's more in between, like she does, like trying to make her sound, but
nothing.
right. Neither do.
She ran on defunding the police in 2000.
Yeah, and now
She got
spotting out.
office and voted for the police increase, then immediately apologized on Twitter. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'll learn.
She wants to please
And then
everyone, and you can't please everyone.
Just stand for something, man. If it's something, stand for it. Remember Buscano, who used to represent the Oscars district? He was like a real hardcore, kind of a jerk, but he's like, here's my stance. I think all homeless people need to get off the street and you do this and that. And I didn't agree with some of his things, but I respected the fact I knew where the fuck he stood.
Good, exactly. And if
With her,
no,
with most of them, it's not just her.
Right, it's true.
But she's the one running for mayor.
Right.
She's going to get smoked.
Right.
To be my council member.
Yeah, before they redistrict it, yeah.
And listen, she was my council member from the end of 2020 to 2022. This is really the height of when I was doing my cop watching on the street. Like, I'd be out there till 5 a.m. Sometimes it's not go to sleep at night. Just filming.
Took over for
100 doing 10 stops a night sometimes.
Wow.
And I went through so much shit and I complained to her about what I was seeing. Her office never reached out ever one time.
Wow.
When I'm seeing women who are being essentially abducted by cops and brought to the other side of the neighborhood, and it freaked everybody out. And regular cops like, whoa, what the fuck is that about? And she wouldn't say anything. So where does she stand on women's rights? Is she going to be the champion that people need? She's not.
Oh.
We got a lot of shit to deal with in LA. This place is a mess. We're going to have a budget issue. They can pretend right now.
Yeah, it already is.
Well, they're saying, oh no, we're going to get more tax receipts than expected. No, we're not. The World Cup's going to be a disaster. Right?
They can't even get the streets right for the Paralympics, the Olympics. I'm going, they have to get me in. We're working on another freaking chair because this chair is getting busted. I got busted in my knee.
Tired of catering to whatever tourists are going to be here in 2028 for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Let's take care of the people who live here right now. Press them. Let's get the lights at work. Let's get
exactly.
Sidewalks fixed. Start on that and then branch off.
But Public Works, right? They have all this big money, and whenever they do sidewalks, it's like $1 million. Approve $1 million here, $1 million here. It's like, what's $1 million going to do? That's like nothing. They need to fix these freaking sidewalks and streets. So it's like
it's going to get worse.
And they were sued. They have to under Willits. They're required to, but they gave them 30 years to do it. Like freaking 30 years.
Speaking of 30 years, I noticed that the downtown, I can't remember the name of it, Downtown Business Club, something around here.
Oh, yeah.
They just endorsed Karen Bass, but Karen Bass just gave them that $3 billion expansion of the convention center. That
Exactly.
we're gonna pay $100 and something million every year for the next 30 years.
Right.
100 million a year. Remember, they just cut, I was just talking about, they cut street lighting last 3 years by 7.5 million, and look at the effect.
Yeah.
Rather than properly fund it, replace that funding, we're gonna spend money on a convention center upgrade that we don't.
You don't even need, like, yeah,
It's a priority.
do the subway, like, do the
Exactly.
subway and the infrastructure, and real infrastructure.
It's a business district. The business district, their whole goal right now is they want to force everybody, all city employees, back to work downtown.
Yeah.
Because they said it's to help the businesses around here, because people will go to lunch and stuff. Look, why are we prioritizing subsidizing the businesses? You know, it's a pain in the ass to sit in traffic for an hour and a half.
Mhm.
Come to work and then go home and sit in traffic for an hour and a half. And if you can do the same amount at home, you know,
I get
plus the
more done.
cost of gas.
Yeah.
Gas is expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But they want them to come back here, their office jobs, so they can have lunch in the surrounding
Right.
area.
So there'd be long lines to get in here again, or it's everything. It's so, they're inept. They're all inept, all of them. But business district, would you know who's over the business districts? Because East Hollywood Business District has not had a meeting since November, because I know it's because that Scientologist, Susanna Furious, whatever, I think it's because she's on it. She doesn't want to hear from us. But I think that's illegal for them to not have have meetings. So I want to know,
I have no
I want to
idea.
find out who's above them.
I
Thank you. Are you
You're
on
welcome.
the phone right now?
Yeah, I'm interviewing. It's okay. It's okay, lady.
You see, when the central, Hollywood Central Business District endorsed, right?
No.
Sarian was the one guy who told me to be quiet during the meeting, neighborhood council meeting, when the lady was complaining about the tie thing, and he came over and he told me I had to leave.
Yeah.
He was endorsed to replace Hugo. I mean, listen, I'm fine with that. Anybody but Hugo.
Anyone but
He's
Hugo.
gonna win the
But I would rather have, what's his name?
Sarian.
Okay, so the other guy didn't, the guy from the East Hollywood didn't get it. What's his name? Oh, what's it, Colbert, or,
He's still there too, right? He's running.
oh,
He didn't get the bid endorsement, at least from the Central Hollywood.
okay. That's weird. You'd think another neighborhood council would do another neighborhood council person. But Laura has a question for you. If you think Tom Cruise will be the special guest host for the Olympics,
Oh,
like, do you think the mayor's gonna get rid of that little,
I think he's still gonna be there, and he's gonna catch a lot of help.
yeah, I think that, yeah,
Oh, they want that smoke to get.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of smoke.
Those kids speed running the Olympics.
Yeah, yep.
Why don't you go ahead and I'll be right here.
But, okay, but I gotta ask you a question. I am. No, I'm on a live, yeah.
Oh, okay. You're on. Okay, I didn't use your text, but I used my own name. But I was just gonna tell you, I support Soto Martinez. That's the thing. I can't support you anymore because there's a few different reasons for that. You're not for me, but
That's okay.
and I'm so against Scientology, but I have to be. There's a whole thing why I'm supporting.
I understand. You're free to do that. I understand. I just can't because he's been giving them too many breaks. You think he's gonna host? All right, but guys, I had to ask Streets a personal question. Okay. All right, we're back. We're back. What? Yes. Oh, all right. Thank you. I will. I will. Thank you. I know I love Dusty. All right, guys. I don't have my charger. My charger broke. It's not charging. My charger isn't charging anymore. So my battery's getting low. So I am going to just, I'm not going to wait around for the 2 o'clock. I think I'll just save my energy for tomorrow. Oh, wait. No, I have to go to the ladies' room though while I'm here. I want to go up on the 10th floor, but I don't like going alone. It's so scary. The elevator. But anyway, I'm kidding. But oh, hey, Michael. You did great. But guys, so I'm going to go to the ladies' room and get out of here. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank my mods. I want to thank everyone coming. I want to thank you all for the memberships. I appreciate you all so much. It helps. It does help get me here and back and everything. So it's much appreciated. And hopefully tomorrow is Public Works and City Council again. I want to stay focused on this dude, James Richardson. Hopefully I get his name right both times. Anytime I speak of him. But anyway, so I'm gonna get going. But thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you're with us when you're supposed to be working. I absolutely love that. And yeah, I'm gonna say goodnight and hopefully talk to you later. Bye guys. Agus. You're so sweet. I just saw that on the way. Aw, and tomorrow's the freaking sale. The what do you call it? Um, the farmer's market. I'm feeling dopey. But thank you. That's so sweet. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.